Yeah. Good day today out there. We had a vote. We're going to have captains this season, so we're going to announce our captains. I know last year we didn't do that till the end of the season, at the end of the year. But guys have stepped up. We've seen some leadership on this team this year, so we named 4 captains to the team. KJ Wright, Chris White, Pernell McPhee, and Derek Sherrod are going to be our captains for this season for the team. And then, you know, in the second year of the program, a lot easier to name captains because they understand what the leadership's about, what our players are expected to do, and you know, what we're looking for in the team. So we're really excited to have those guys be the captains of our football team. Speaking
of KJ, I mean, has he kind of become the guy on defense that you look to now that Jamar's gone?
Yeah, he's really, you know, taken on that leadership role. It wasn't something, not that he didn't do it last year, but he didn't have to do it as much last year. To him, he just stepped in very naturally to take over that position. And, you know, being voted as captain by his teammates is a great honor. It shows what the players think of him.
Anything interesting about 3 of them are defensive guys and 1 offensive player?
No, I mean, hopefully we'll be pretty good on defense. You know, I just think it shows some of the leadership there. And we're still a young offensive team, you know, and trying to find some of that leadership on offense. And sometimes a lot of the younger players need to step up into those roles, and hopefully down the road they'll develop that way.
I know you don't want to lean on freshmen too heavily, but do you feel like these days maybe they're a little more ready if they have to be called upon than maybe in the past? Just in general.
I don't know. I think they've you know, been ready in the past. I think when you're playing freshmen, a lot of them are playing in situations, in role situations. Even a lot of the freshmen I've played in the past, they might look like they're playing a lot, you know, I mean, in what happens in the game, but they're really just coming in a lot more situational pairs. You don't see tons of freshmen start. I know last year we had a couple of them just because of the youth of our team, but, you know, I don't see any true freshmen starting for us on Saturday.
Anything in practice these past couple of days that have stood out to you and maybe changed your thinking on like quarterback and running back and situations like that?
No, you know, we have a plan. And really, once you get ready for the game plan, for us, you're really into implementing it. So I think we kind of set everything coming into the week of where everybody was going to be, where they're going to play, and that really hasn't changed for us. You know, we still, I see us rotating the running backs. I see, you know, all 3 of the older guys playing. You know, with the potential of Nick Griffin playing, and then, you know, I see us playing 2 quarterbacks.
You talk about receivers a lot, specifically Chris Smith. What are you looking for out of him this weekend?
You know, Chris is a guy that's really hopefully turned the corner. You know, when you look at all the freshmen that had to play last year, Chris is one of those guys that was thrown into the action. And all of those guys, whether it be Chris, Chad Bumphus, Rico Sanders, who's going to get his first action, Brandon Evans, that they this year are not just out there in kind of roles or being thrown into a situation they might not be ready for, that they're ready to take that next step as real wide receivers, running routes, beating man coverage, doing what they need to do.
Y'all talked about Chris Rel's passing has improved in the offseason. Now, what do you see from him this week as far as getting ready for the game? Do you feel like that'll translate Saturday?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you see him a lot more relaxed. You know, last year in kind of a game plan of trying to grasp what the game plan was from week to week. Where, you know, this year I think he's, you know, he knows, he's been through the routine of game planning, and you know, so the little tweaks or little changes you make for specific game plans really hasn't phased him too much this week.
A bigger picture question, just seems like in the past few weeks or months or two, a little bit more of a trend towards secrecy, like practice availability, interviews, scrimmage stats, the injury report policy. Just what goes into that? Is that a conscious effort, like as a trend, or is that like a decision by decision thing, or what?
No, I mean, shoot, I think we're pretty open. We're open for spring ball. You know, we don't close spring practices, where a lot of schools I know do. You know, we open up the first couple days of camp. We do a lot of that stuff. I think just when you get into game plan, you're getting ready for the season. You just want the team out there. You know, I mean, we're the ones that have to go cover the kickoff. If you had to run down and cover kickoff, we'll bring you in the family and get you out there ready to go. But when you get on that field, you're preparing for a game. I think that's really the situation.
I guess I meant it more in the context of not giving as much information to the opposition. Is that something you think about a lot when deciding policies like that?
I don't like anybody having information on us. You know, what we do within our team, we want to prepare our way and you know, and get our players ready to play, and that's real important to us. And you know, information what other people have, I'm really not that interested in what they get to find out about us.
Specific reason for player availability today was?
You know, we're in the first week, getting ready for game week right now, and it is a transition for us. being in the first game and getting the whole mindset different to get ready to play the first game. And it's a different routine than we've had, so I figure I'll be the spokesperson for the team this week and everybody else get ready to play football.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.